everybody! Welcome back to my channel. If you guys see me looking out there, because behind me is our big window. And you know what? It's snowing out there and raining, and there's still people tobogganing. Kudos to you. Let me just make sure I'm actually recording, because Mama got no monitor. Okay, guys. We're here. I've been pre-filming all day today, and I'm wearing the same shirt, same sweater, the same earrings. I tried to change it up, but I'm like, Mama ain't got no time for this right now. And I got to do a lot more things today, okay? I gotta do my real life-ish. So anyway, so for today, we are going to do a review of, guys, Netflix has a Filipino series. I know this is not the first time Netflix has something Filipino. Let me think. No. Because I remember watching a movie about an Ifugao. Yeah. But this is the first, it's like, it says it's a Netflix original when I was watching it. So, hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray! That's good representation. And so, I watched, not all of it. It's really hard for me to be binge watching shows. I ain't got no time for that. I have lots of things to do with my life. It's even hard for me to film YouTube videos. So, I did watch 2 episodes. I don't know why I'm thinking. I got notes, okay? So, first of all, before we even begin, there's gonna be spoilers, okay? So, what I'm reviewing or analyzing or reacting to is the Netflix Amo by, I wrote down, I have a list. It's by, no, Joseph Molina is the thing. It's by Amo by Brillante Mendoza. That's the creator, director of the show. And when I found out about it, it's like, I'm going to support it. I'm going to watch it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I hope it's good. So, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Amo on Netflix, please, or I don't know if it's on another platform, please just go, because there's going to be spoilers, okay? I warned you. I warned you. Click away. Watch it, the first 2 episodes, because that's the only one. So, the first episode, because I wrote some notes, like, I'm a legit reviewer. No, I'm not. The first episode is called Runner. I wrote down the beginning was so nostalgic. Oh, because they were taking off the shoes before they were going inside. I still do that in my own house. Like, we don't put our shoes inside our house. Like, that's very crazy. It's nasty. But if you put your shoes inside your house, that's your choice. That's okay. That's just me. Anyway, so yeah, it was so nostalgic, and they were standing up. That was so cute. They were like, "Hello, good morning, Mrs." So on and so forth. Because I don't think they do that here in Canada. I don't think so. Because it's they're very respectful, and I remember that was so nostalgic. That brought memories. So that was the first, this one of the first scene, and the main character is Joseph Molina, and the paper, the quarter paper, that was, again, brought memories, because they don't really, I don't think so. I don't have that here. So I wrote down, so it introduces us to Joseph Molina, who is a student and middleman from the drug dealer and the drug user. It also depicts how Duterte in power, there's a curfew. Oh yeah, guys, is that really a curfew? Because when we went to Manila, we were out pretty late. Like when we arrived in Manila last year, we went to like a bulalo house and we were out late. So please let me know if this is true, if there's a curfew, because I don't know. And I'm just curious if there is. Or is it only at certain parts of the Philippines that there's curfew? It shows mass arrest without warrant. There are also neighborhood with watchdogs, like neighborhood watchdogs who checks their bag if they have drugs. And I guess they check for anything illegal. Oh yeah, the Sir Celso is a drug dealer that Joseph gets his drugs. And also the drug dealer uses his daughter to help him distribute the drugs. And I believe, I'm under the assumption it's shabu. That's the drugs that they're using. What is shabu? I looked it up. Shabu is a methamphetamine. Oh gosh, I pronounced that wrong. Is a potent central nervous stimulus that is mainly used as a drug, commonly treatment for ADHD. Recreational. It's used recreational. Yeah, Joseph also uses drugs with his customers. Addiction is a... Oh yeah, I wrote addiction is a disease and not a crime. At the end of the episode... Guys! Spoiler! Get out of here if you haven't seen it, okay? At the end of this episode, he gets caught. And Sir Celso is seen running at the end. Okay. I just have a few... I guess I'll reserve my commentary at the end. So that's the first episode. So, okay, let me be honest. The acting is okay. It can be better. But am I still gonna watch it? Yeah, because I think that's the only way they're gonna bring more Filipino content. Okay, I have a couple more comments just on top of my head. Can we have like a comedy from the Philippines? Honestly, like it's just, I don't want Philippines to always be constantly depicted as this country either with like weird food. Like hello, weird food is subjective. If you grew up in it, that's not weird. If it's something that you didn't grow up with, then that's weird. Why is it that Western food are the not regular food and like other foods are that weird food? Like weird, you know how they have those shows with weird cuisines? That never really sat well with me. That's just my opinion. That is just me, in my opinion only. So I want like, let's depict Philippines in other ways, like the beautiful islands, the culture. Like, I'm not saying don't depict the problems. Of course, there's problems, but can we have some comedy? Can we have some good, positive vibes coming out of the Philippines? Because it really affects how people perceive that country. Like I said this before in another video, I met this person a long time ago, an acquaintance, and it's like, oh, I thought Philippines was just filled with garbage and poor people. And I'm like, no. Are there poor people? Yeah, so does every other country. Are there, lots of garbage, especially in Manila? Yeah, but that's not what Philippines is all about. So I really want better representation of Philippines and Filipinos. Okay? And episode 2, Camilio. Oh yeah, so at the end of episode 1, we see Sir Celso, Joseph calls him, running. He had his handcuffs on. And then in the beginning, we see that he was shot and we don't know who shot him. And Joseph was getting beat up by his uncle because he's a drug dealer. And yeah, they don't know who gunned him down. I need to watch the second episode again. Oh yeah, in the second episode, they basically would just round up everyone without even a warrant of arrest, and they would have them take urine tests. Is this True? Like you're just arresting people without warrant of arrest? Because that's not good. Like you need to have some due process so it's fair. And for me, politics aside, science have shown it that drug addiction is a disease. It's a mental health issue. You cannot beat someone up into recovery. You need to take them to rehab. Okay? So just take example what they did in Portugal. Before, 10 years ago, they had a really high heroin rate, people addicted to heroin, and long story short, they were trying to incarcerate them the way they're doing in the States, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's so more and more heroin addicts, even though we've been just jailing everybody up. And so they had this commission and they asked social workers and scientists, hey, what should we do? And they said, hey, you know what? Mental health, it's a mental health issue. Drug addiction is a mental health issue. They have trauma usually in their childhood, and they're trying to heal themselves with drugs. And so what you need, instead of incarcerating them and beating them up and taking hope away from them, you need to add hope to their lives. So you need to take them through rehab, get them through therapy. I know that's an expensive route, but really, if you really think about it, it's a cheaper alternative compared to just incarcerating them. Because if you incarcerate them, you have to feed them, you have to clothe them, you have to, house them. But if you rehabilitate them, you only have to house and clothe them for a limited amount of time. And in Portugal, they actually give them an opportunity to have a job. They need job opportunities, okay? So I'm not living in the Philippines right now, but I do disagree with the methods. I think, because when I was growing up, it was normal to get beat as a child. I don't do that with my own children because that's just mean, and because we know that beating a child up is not a way to make them listen to you. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh god. It's like, when you're like half about to sneeze. Anyways, so science, it's not just my opinion. Science has shown that if you give people a chance at life, they are going to choose to have that chance at life. Let's put them through rehab. Let's put that money, instead of putting it to just taking them to jail and putting them there. I don't know what they do. Guys, please tell me, because I don't live in the Philippines. But instead of doing that, put them in a rehabilitation center. Try to give them a job, because you know what? There's gonna be repercussions in the future of killing and indiscriminately killing male or female Filipinos. These are not just, they have families. So if you're killing them, you're taking away a breadwinner of this family. Someone's depending on this family. Who's gonna feed them? You're just gonna put Philippines further much in poverty. Like, if you think about it, that's how I think about it. You're gonna further put them into trouble. So instead of just killing them, make them self-sufficient. Invest in their future. When you invest in their future, you invest in our future. And because it's kind of like the same way how Philippines has been having a lot of OFWs. I see it as a double-edged sword. Like, yes, it's good that, like my mom who came, I was sponsored here by my mom. So I'm really, really lucky. I didn't have to go through that. Whoever has to go through that, you know what? Kudos to you, because I know it's tough. So I know you try to go to another country to get a better living, and I get that. But I think Philippines should slowly wean ourselves off of that and keep are talented Filipinos in the Philippines. Please, I want to see Philippines succeed. I'm actually thinking of retiring there when I'm older. And I do, help certain families of mine in the Philippines. But we do need to keep our intelligence, all of our Filipinos. Like, they're taking away, other countries are taking away all of our valuable skill workers. Like, that's not good for the Philippines. And you're separating families. By first account, I know how that feels to be separated from my mom. And that affected me. And so, and I'm not judging here because I understand. If your opportunity is elsewhere, of course you're gonna go elsewhere. But slowly but surely, I think the government should start just doing programs on keeping those Filipinos in the Philippines. For me, what I do is, right now, I've been researching like Filipino makeup. So I want to support Filipino products. If I see any Filipino products, I support it. I think that's another way to make our country progress. Instead, if we can see a Filipino-made product, we should support that more. And I think that's about it. There's always an asterisk in the end where I always try to be open-minded because I'm not living there, so I don't know what's going on, but this is just my point of view. But about drug addicts having mental health, that's not my point of view. That's science. You cannot heal a person by beating them up. That's not how it works. You need to give them love, kindness, and that's what we need more on this planet Earth, is love and kindness. And I think that's about it. In terms of the acting, not gonna lie, it wasn't the greatest, but I am still gonna watch it because I want to show Netflix that, hey, give us more Filipino content, because that's what we need. And I think also Filipinos, that's good for us to be making our own shows, and good for Netflix for getting them, because you know what, we cannot rely on other people, like let's say NBC, like those really big companies in the Western media. We cannot expect them to like pay attention to us. We need to make our own stuff. We need to do it ourselves and not depend on other people. And that's why I'm so happy with this. That's why I'm supporting it, and that's why I encourage you to please support that show. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And it's okay if you disagree with me. That's the beauty of this world, of this internet, of the YouTube. We can have a discussion as long as we're polite with each other and we're kind. It's okay to disagree. It'll be so boring if we agree with everything. So I think that's about it. If you like Amo or you like Filipino content, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos like this, because I will be watching this week. I'm gonna sneak in a time to watch. It's just honestly, I don't have time, so I have to put it in my calendar and like watch Amo. So I will do another one next week until I finish it off, and if there's another Netflix show, I will definitely watch it. And I'm waiting for my book, Brown Skin, White Minds, from Amazon. So I'm so excited to read that. That's why I really want to read my first other booktube. And then, so we can go on to that. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and share to our fellow Filipinos out there. And that's about it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys next week for my episode 3 and 4 reviews of this show. Oh yeah, one more thing. I find that the storytelling wasn't as smooth as I would like it to be. but I want to give it a chance. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah, mwah, mwah.